Hi, so it had been a long time since I read the Bible, and I'm not picking my nose, I was fixing my nose ring. And I had opened up to Luke 18:9, which states that Jesus told a story to some who had great confidence in their own righteousness and scorned everyone else. Two men went to the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee, and the other was a tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed this prayer: I thank you, God, that I am not a sinner like everyone else, for I don't cheat, I don't sin, and I don't commit adultery. I'm certainly not like that tax collector. I fast twice a week, and I give you a tenth of my income. But the tax collector stood at a distance and dared not even lift his eyes to heaven as he prayed. Instead, he beat his chest in sorrow, saying, O God, be merciful to me, for I am a sinner. I tell you this. Sinner, not the Pharisee, returned home, justified before God. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. And that was powerful for me because it means that those who are conscientious of their faults and not self-righteous, able to admit when they make a mistake, those will be humbled. Those who humble themselves, they'll be exalted, set free, and then those who exalt themselves will be humbled. Which means those who, let me see, Pharisees were trying to trick Jesus. Luke 9. Oh no, I'm sorry, this was Luke 18. So the Pharisees did not go to the temple to pray, but to announce to all within earshot how good he was. The tax collector went, recognizing his sin and begging for mercy. Self-righteousness is dangerous. It leads to pride and causes us to despise others and prevents us from learning anything from God. The tax collector's prayer should be our prayer because we all need God's mercy every day. Don't let pride in your achievements cut you off from God. And I think that for me personally, that felt extremely personal. Like, it hit me hard because I think that I've lost everything. I not think that, but I have lost everything. Even my dog died. Even my cat died. My job, everything. I don't have much going on right now other than this dog. And obviously my child is very important and my family is extremely important, and that's what keeps me going. But it doesn't feel good to not be able to contribute financially at the age of 35. So I'm working on getting a job. I did have a job. I was so happy too. But anyways, let me not get off track of what the message was. It was just to be humble and to not be prideful and think that you've got this in the bag. It's not to say don't be confident, because you should be confident, but don't let your confidence turn you into someone who is looking down on others and stuff. And I think before, when I had my shit together, when I was a nurse, and I think that I felt a certain type of way. And I think that everything that's happened to me right now is a lesson that I needed to learn. And we all have a journey in life. And it's those of us who are cognizant of that journey and not just going through the emotions, if we really look into in depth what is going on around us, why we're in whatever situation we're in, and the actions we took, good or bad, to get there, and all that. And you should, every day is your day older, but your day wiser, and you should be learning from your mistakes. And I'm definitely learning, and I'm definitely, sitting here and thought about, and it's been since it happened, everything. I mean, not only the legality, legal part. It's so much more than just that. That was just a side effect of unresolved issues. So, but yes, that's my message today. And when I didn't look specifically for that, it was like God telling me, because I kind of like opened up the Bible. I was like, God, tell me something, you know? And that's the message I got. And it was really fitting. And he just always comes through when it comes to any questioning of things. And he was coming through the whole time I was in suffering and wondering what move to make and this and that. And I just didn't make the move yet. I hadn't made the move because I knew it would blow. It would blow my world apart, and it definitely did. But it blew it apart to make it come whole again now. And I'm here in my room, my new room, and I don't hate my ex. I don't hate any of my exes. There's actually only one person I can't stand. But there's one person that doesn't really like to talk to me, but I don't hate him. But there's one person I really don't like. But it's good to be amicable and get along, you know. We're not going to be best friends, but we lived together for 5 freaking years. I know him very well, you know, and he knows me. And we spoke, and it was very sad because we just know we're not right for each other, but the love is there. So it's always hard to like separate those two things. It can be confusing and leave you stuck because you don't want to just leave someone hanging, you know. But you can still love somebody and prioritize yourself, and that may mean you need to leave that situation. So just food for thought here. Yeah, I gotta go do shit. Well, this dog is taking a nap because she's passed out over here.